Hello there. Does this problem look familiar to you? Well, it should. This is the kind of stuff you saw back in middle school and high school. 2x equals 6. Well, what is that x? Well, your instincts tell you that it's the number 3, because 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. But what is x specifically? It's a variable. And variables are something very, very, very important to programming, and they're something that we're going to be talking about today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what a variable is in programming. So we know what a variable is in a math equation. It's a letter that represents a number that can be varied. But what is a variable in a Python script? Well, it's basically a labeled bucket of memory that can represent anything. So let's go ahead and declare a variable here. We're just going to name it x. And we're going to say that x is equal to hello world. Well, we've gone ahead and declared and said that x equals hello world. But how do we check that? Well, we can check by printing out the value of x like we did. There you go. X equals hello world. Well, what if we put in a number? X equals 100. Well, what does that equal? And just that. X is equal to 100. X is 100. And you can throw just about anything in here. Let's try all of those 9s again by holding down the 9 key. Well, what does x equal? It equals all of those 9s. Well, what about 10.11? Yeah, it's still there. So, what if we do this, though? Y equals x. What do you think y is going to be equal to? Well, let's check and see. 10.11. You can make other variables equivalent to other variables. It's pretty nifty. But what do variables contain? We said that they were labeled buckets of memory, but what are those buckets of memory? Those buckets of memory are data types. And that's what we're going to be talking about next.